Hello guys, back again. So this is now on day 7 technically, since it's all been set up. Not a massive amount has changed. um, I've been taking note of my parameters. Sorry for the mess around here. So I've got all my parameters, those are the ones for today. I should just might give my lens a quick clean. But yeah, so it's getting there. I've not been dosing the KH coralline algae grow just because my DKH has been quite high anyway, between 9.7 and 10.7, and I say between those because it's dropped slightly, but I believe that was because I lost a bit of salt. My calcium's quite high though, nearly 500 ppm, so I'll have to monitor that, keep it going. I'm not taking everything tit for tat because I feel like I need to wait for the just for the cycle to complete before everything stabilizes and I get proper readings. But yeah, I've got some to finish off the cabinet, which has now got doors on, so that's looking actually pretty sweet. And this is just a combination of all the fluids from all the little test tubes, because I just find it easier to dump them into there than having to continuously go back with all 5 vials and empty them. My pH meter went, unfortunately. I dropped it in the tank. Pulled it out, and that didn't last long after that. I did have a bit of brown algae, believe it enough, whoops, which was actually just on the sandbed over there, but I've since removed it. Obviously, I realised that in my prior videos I've made the mistake of saying that the coralline algae would, grow with what was given, but of course, that is not the case if you're using dry rock, even if it is Caribsea's infused rock. So I've also got my ATO sorted, so I just went with your typical float sensor one. I'm still trying to get the skimmer tuned in, unsure as to how it's doing. It does produce a lot of foam, just trying to get the water level right, etc. But yeah, if we look inside here, that's all the testing as well that I've continuously done. You can actually see how it's come along. Got my little sea life things there as well going. But yeah, got my little ATO, so just got a 25 litre jug, which just about fit in here. And drilled some holes, one for the cable, one for the tube. And that obviously runs all the way up to there, and then into there. So again, I'm trying to fine tune that too. The only issue I seem to be having is my salinity, which seems to be dropping ever so slightly per day. There's no leaks anywhere, nothing, and that's been with the ATO turned off because I'm still trying to tune it in, so I turn the ATO on manually just to see what it's topping up to. But obviously, as you can imagine, once you've topped up, it's hard then. If it over tops up, you have to wait for it to go back down again. But what I've also done, I've also bought some coralline algae to actually grow, so to seed the tank with. And after reading up, I'm a bit unsure as to whether I want to go ahead and do it now, just because it seems to be a nightmare well, not a nightmare, but it is a bit more work to keep on top of. But I think it would look fantastic, and I would like to encrust as well, especially those pieces where you can see where I've used epoxy. It would be nice to encrust them. I've also got a lot of swirling going on, which I'm told will settle. The pump, and thermostat stuff has all been mounted on the side here. And I've got 2 buckets now, one for dumping my water and one for putting new water in. I keep them separated, obviously, just to avoid them getting contaminated. And I've got my siphon as well, which finally got delivered after 2 redelivery attempts. Absolutely appalling on my behalf. But yeah, so I was looking at it, and it's sort of like the Alps here, because I've got salt, not salt, I've got sand all over the rocks. So that's been pretty fun. It looks quite authentic, but it'll be interesting to see what a goby does with all the sand and where it kicks it all. But it's all coming along pretty well. Again, like I said, in terms of cabinet, that needs treating with some varnish, which I've got. Like I said, I'm using this dark walnut or whatever it is. Yeah, satin walnut. And also I've got one of them push to close, clips coming in as well, so hopefully that'll hold it. The doors are slightly out, like there's a lot of force needed to close them, but hopefully it'll do. Hopefully I am praying. But yeah, I am absolutely in love with all the rock work and the sand as well. It's very bright. And the shimmer is absolutely fantastic. I just can't decide whether I do want coralline algae growing up all along my back walls or not. But I do think it looks very authentic when it's growing. And it does outcompete other algae as well. I keep flicking between algae and algae. I've been watching too many American videos. But everything seems to be running good. I've turned the lights down to roughly 50% on the whites and 90% on the blues, just because I don't like running stuff at 100%. It's just a little bit of a thing I have. And since I have done that, my transformers that are in here are a little bit cooler. So also I think my next sort of purchase needs to be something to acclimate the fish with. So I need like a drip feed to run over here into a bucket or a container where the fish is, or coral, just to acclimate it. It does, for those of you who are familiar with the Red Sea, obviously it does but it does say to introduce the cleaning crew to the aquarium, but there isn't anything to clean up as of yet, so therefore I'm a little bit worried. My nitrates are still a bit high, but I'm still carbon dosing, so we'll see where we get to on that. But for the most part, I am extremely happy with the work. I tacked the cable around the back as well, the back wall there. And it's been fantastic so far. I do have my reverse osmosis as well, which I run out from the carton over there, and that tube does come in. Mind you, I will remove this stuff because my girlfriend is not happy with it all. But she does love the tank as well, and she again did design the aquascape for me as well. Well, not design it, but we worked together to come up with one that we both liked. But I am extremely happy, and I honestly cannot wait to get corals and fish in here. So I think the first fish will, of course, be a clownfish. Can't say no to that. Then furthermore, I'll get a toadstool and just some relatively easy corals like, leather coral, things like that, just relatively hardy stuff. And an anemone would be nice as well, but we'll have to see where the tank's at in terms of stability. I haven't seen an ammonia spike, but that isn't something you sort of see or expect to follow with this guide. It continuously throughout, apart from day 3 where there's ammonia at 1 ppm, it's consistently 0.25 throughout the majority of the leaflet when you do come to look at it and see what it's recommended at. But yeah, so thanks guys for watching. Hopefully keep you up to date as well as we go through. So day 7, we're done. Bye guys, thank you.